Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to BonVoyage Elite. BonVoyage Elite is a global travel club that circumnavigates the world in over 196 countries, and we have over 200,000 accommodations in hotels and resorts for our members to stay in at prices so low that they cannot be advertised anywhere on earth. So, let's get started. BonVoyage Elite makes it possible for our members to vacation for sometimes as little as $100 for 7 nights, 8 days in 4- and 5-star accommodations. Now, when you travel with BonVoyage, regardless of where it is that you're going, you have access to what we call a web portal, which gives you all of the available vacancies that we have worldwide. You will choose where it is that you would like to go. Simply click and book it. Better than any of the online discount places. You'll be able to do it in less than 3 or 4 minutes. What takes the most amount of time is going through all of the different places that we have that you're able to go to. It's possible using our hot weeks to go and stay in accommodations like the one that you're looking for as little as $100, $200, or $300 for 8 days and 7 nights. These rooms would normally cost, their rack rate would be somewhere between $350 and $800 or more per night. With BonVoyage, just to give you an example of the types of accommodations, this is a 5-star resort in Kauai. Me and my girlfriend went to last year. We paid $400 for the entire week. This was a 2-bedroom condo in Hawaii, a 5-star property. We paid $400 for 8 days and 7 nights. Jacuzzis in the room. It was fantastic. 95% of all of our properties are condominiums. So when you go, you're going to be staying in a suite, a condo, or a private residence in a vacation area, and some of the most exotic vacation destinations on earth. So you're not normally going to end up in a hotel room unless a hotel room is where you want to go. So why condos? Everybody asks. Well, there's a lot of key benefits to condominiums. When you stay in a condo at a big resort, you got 20 or 30 different things to do at the resort. But the pricing that we're able to get by buying these in bulk, kind of like Costco, is incredibly far below that which you can find online. So below wholesale pricing, cooking facilities in the room, so it's not going to cost you a fortune on vacation to eat. You have no blackout dates. We have no booking fees. There's no maintenance fees. There's no membership fees. Unlike a timeshare, you don't have to pay $20,000 to buy 1 week a year and then $800 a year in maintenance fees. With BonVoyage, you can vacation 10, 20, 30 times a year if you'd like. There are no monthly fees. There are no annual fees. There are no ownership costs at all. Basically, there's plenty of room to stretch out regardless of what kind of vacation you're looking to go on. So, whether you're wanting to take a cruise, whether you're wanting to go and stay in a resort, go deep sea fishing, regardless of where it is that you'd like to go, you're going to get a 60 to 90% discount normally on the properties with BonVoyage Elite, including sometimes safaris as well in Africa. Now, I don't know what kind of a vacationer that you are, but when you find a place that you'd like to go, all you do is simply click Book It, pay for it online with a credit card. The very next day, you'll get a confirmation code that comes in the mail. You take the confirmation that comes in your email, you take it with you to the resort, you give it to the person at the front desk, and that's all there is to it. No money changes hands when you actually check in to your resort. And that's regardless of where it is that you'd like to go. Now, with BonVoyage, there's many exotic islands that you're able to go to. And what we've done is we've made it so that virtually anybody, regardless of means, from $100 to $300 to $400 to $500 a week will be able to vacation with our company. BonVoyage started about 4 years ago now in San Diego. Our sales and marketing office is in Long Beach, California in the World Trade Center. And we make it possible for our families to vacation 4 or 5 times a year around the world for pennies on the dollar. So what's it all cost? To become a member with BonVoyage right now is a one-time lifetime fee, believe it or not, of only $287. When you compare that to what normal timeshare costs or even vacation clubs, we are far and away the lowest priced vacation ownership club there is on planet Earth. Now, it doesn't stop there. You're able with BonVoyage to own this forever, but you're also able to use it as a home-based business opportunity as well. With BonVoyage, you become what we call an independent business owner. It costs you $12 a year to be what we call an IBO. As an IBO, you can now represent BonVoyage to anybody that you would like, tell them about our club, have them join, and your home-based business now can generate an incredible amount of money for you. So let's talk about that for a second. How does it work? With BonVoyage, if you introduce the program to someone and they decide to become a new member, you will make $100. You introduce someone else, you make another $100, and when you introduce 3 people, you're now going to get what we call a wave completion bonus because you've completed a wave. We have a wave of 3 people or a wave set. So you've made $500 by just bringing in 3 people. Now, if those people, you can teach them to go out and do the same thing and they bring in 3 people each, they will cycle back to you, come back to your wave once again, take up a position in your wave set. We call this a leadership bonus. You will make $100. Now, do that 3 times. You're going to get your cycle bonus all over again. You've made $500. You now have made $1,000 on 3 people. 3 who got 3 puts $1,000, and they continuously do that over and over again. The way a wave works, when you bring your people in and you make your $500, they go and get their people and bring those people in. You're now going to look at another $500. You're looking at 33% commission on everybody that you have frontline to you forever. So every person that you bring in, you make a 33% commission. If they make $1, you make 33 cents. If they make 1,000, you make 300, and if they make 10,000, you make $3,300. Now, BonVoyage is an exceptional business for a lot of reasons. The main reason is we have no auto ship. People love that. There is no $150 or $200 to buy product every month and put in the garage. There is no confusing marketing plan. Our marketing plan is incredibly easy to understand. And of course, the biggest and probably without question, the major attraction to our company is you don't need a lot of people with us because of the commissions to earn big money. With BonVoyage, just one person can generate 33% of his income. You get somebody who's out, will be a superstar to make 300 grand this year, that makes you 100. They do 100,000, you make 33,000 on just one person. That's BonVoyage. Depending upon how hard you wish to work, you can make this be a part-time income, a full-time income, or simply doing something from home in your spare time can actually add up. Many, many, many people use BonVoyage as a gift. If I was a real estate broker and I just sold you a home, you might give BonVoyage away as a gift. With the commissions that come back to you, it only is going to cost you a little over $100 to give this away. Same is true with insurance, photography. If I shot your wedding and you paid me $25,000 to do that, now I'm going to give you a gift that's going to make it possible for you guys to take a honeymoon on me, your photographer, for the rest of your life. My name will never fade from memory, ever. Neither will my company. So this is one of the greatest gifts you can ever get. It beats the heck out of a bottle of wine or a nice dinner or whatever that you might be giving away. It's a fantastic referral generator. And you want to talk about keeping customers forever. Give something like BonVoyage away to one of your clients. You've got them forever. So here's a magnificent opportunity and a way for you to see the world with BonVoyage. Now, if you keep doing what you've normally been doing, I don't know what you spend on vacations, but usually that's an awful lot of money. With $287 being the price, a one-time price with no monthly fees and no annual fees, it's a pretty simple, straightforward decision for most people as to why they'd want to become members with us. Now remember, you can vacation in 3-, 4-, and 5-star resorts for the rest of your life, or you can continue to stay in the Holiday Inns or other places that you may be staying. Don't think about vacationing with us in the future. Think about not vacationing with us and the amount of money that you might spend doing that. You deserve fantastic vacations, and so does your family. So I'd like to invite you all to come aboard, to BonVoyage. Get back together with whoever it was that invited you to the webinar tonight. Tell them that you'd like to get started, and they will get you signed up and part of our wonderful, wonderful company. Thank you so much for being on the call. And to everyone, BonVoyage. Now, for those of you that would like to stay for the training, the training is going to start right now. And what the training is today is, in about a month's time, we are going to be changing BonVoyage, and we are going to be introducing a brand new marketing compensation program with our leadership program. Our leadership program is going to be enhanced. The compensation that I just explained to you will not change. It's still going to be there. It doesn't change at all. What we are doing, however, is we are enhancing what it is that we are giving to our members. In other words, you're going to be able to generate an enormous amount of money under our new leadership program. The new leadership program takes advantage of different levels that allow you to make more money the longer that you're in the business, the more people that you have or that you've introduced to BonVoyage. So you're more than welcome to stay while we talk about the new BonVoyage. The price itself is going up. It's going to be $485. It's going to go up a couple $100 basically. And when it does, you're going to see why. Every dime of that gets paid out in the new leadership program, every nickel. So here's how that program works. With BonVoyage right now, number of cycles. Now remember, a cycle is 3 people. When 3 people come to you, when you bring them in, or they have come back to you from you bringing them in last month, that's a cycle. Once you have a cycle, you now are going to get a cycle bonus, which is $200, and that person who cycled will come back and occupy a spot on your wave set again. Now, the leadership rank, when you first come in, you are an IBO only, which is an independent business owner. You haven't achieved any rank at this point. First person that you introduce to the program, you're going to make a $100 commission on. You introduce a second and a third. When you introduce your third person, you've completed the wave. You're going to get your wave cycle bonus of $200, and you've made a personal commission of $500. You have no override at this point in time because you haven't actually hit the leadership ladder at this point. Once you've made the actual cycle, however, now you have hit the leadership ladder. So let's talk about that. After you've made your first wave, you become what we call an ensign. As an ensign, you have got a 100% increase in pay. So instead of making $100 for the people you introduce to BonVoyage, you now make $200 every time you introduce someone to BonVoyage. The wave cycle bonus remains the same at $200. Your personal commission on a cycle right now went from $500 a cycle to $800 a cycle. Your override now on your downline to infinity on the people underneath you is $100. I'll explain that in detail here in a moment. Now, when that person that you brought in for $200 signs up 3 people, they're going to come back to you again, and that returning person is going to get a $100 commission. Now, in order to make these commissions on your downline, as time goes on, you have one qualification and one qualification only, and that's 1 sale a month. That's all. Not once a week, not 5 sales a month, 1 sale a month, and that's it. Once you've completed 2 waves, you now become a lieutenant. You make $225 every time you bring someone in. Your wave bonus is the same. Your personal commission now is $875 on a cycle, and you make $125 override to infinity. You still need 1 sale a month for as a quota, and your wave returning bonus is still $100. When you have completed 3 waves, you become a commander. When you've completed 3 waves, you become a commander. At a commander level, you're making $250 personal commission when you sign someone up, and you're now getting $950 every time you sign up 3 people, and you're looking at an infinity override on your downline of $150 on every person brought in below you. Now, you still need one sale a month. These are not cumulative sales, by the way. At every level, you just need one sale a month to qualify. You don't need 3 sales at this level. You only need 1. Once you've completed 4 waves, you will become a captain. As a captain, you make $275 on every personal sale. You make $1,025 on every cycle. That's your personal commission. And your override on the people in your downline is $175. Now, instead of making a sale, now for the first time, you can actually get your bonuses without doing anything. Because after you have 4 waves, you now have people underneath you. They can be cycling back to you. So all you need to do is cycle once during the month. So you can bring in 3 people, and that will count as a cycle, your personal people you personally sponsor, or you can have 3 people cycle back to you. Either way, it counts as a cycle. You have 3 people returning that you signed up last month come back to you, or you bring in 3 yourself. That qualifies you for your overrides as a captain. Now, the top of our leadership board is called an admiral. After you've completed 5 waves, after you've brought in 15 people, you are now an admiral. As an admiral, you make $300 on every person you personally sign up. You're going to make $1,100 every time you cycle. So every 3 people you bring to BonVoyage, you make $1,100. The people in your downline, you now make $200 on every person in your downline. So no matter who brings them in below you, you make $200. Now, when you have 200 people in your downline, you now become what we call an ambassador. An ambassador will get 2% override on their entire organization. On your complete downline, every month over and above your other commissions, you're going to get 2% on everything in your downline. Now, I want to make sure that you understand exactly how it works. So I'm going to explain it in the easiest way I know how. When you bring in your first 3 people, these first 3 people that you bring in, they're special. And they're special in a way that you're not going to make as much money on them as you are on everyone else. When you bring in your first 3 people, you're going to make a $100 commission on each one of them. You're also, when they come back to you, and they sign up to 3 people and come back to your wave, you're going to make the cycle back commission. And of course, you'll make your $200 wave completion bonus. But that is all the money that you will ever make on them. The commission when you sign them up, and when they cycle back to you, you make $100. All the other monies that these people generate from their downline, that is going to go to the people above you. The people above will receive this money. Sponsor. Now, here's how that works. When you have signed up those 3 people and given them away, for the most part, those 3 people are more or less given away, except for the fact you'll still earn 33% on all the money they make this year. But now you have entered the first level, which is called ensign. Once you enter the ensign level of the leadership bonus, you're now making an additional $100. So you make $200 on every person that you personally recruit. Now, as an ensign, here's what happens. Let's say we got Joe and Steve and Mary, okay? On those 3 people, you're going to get their 3 people and those people's 3 people all the way down to infinity. So let's say that center guy is Steve. So Steve goes out and brings in 3 people. You are going to make $100 on each one of them. Now, Steve's going to make $100 too. They're his first 3 people. But you're going to make $100 in override on those people in green. When those people in green go out and sign up 3 people each, you are going to make $100 on all 3 of those people, or all 9 of the people in that demonstration. And that continues to infinity. So this gets very, very lucrative as time goes on. Now, you're still going to make more than just their money on more than just their 3 people. But on their 3 people, you have coded to $100 on all of those people forever. And that just continues and never stops. Beginning with your, now remember, the first 3 you've given away, 4, 5, and 6 you're making $100 on. Now you have been promoted to the lieutenant. As a lieutenant, you make $125 on all 3 of the people that are brought in. So now the exact same thing happens as an ensign, only instead of making $100 on all these people, you're making $125 on his first 3, their first 3, and so on, and so on, and so on, and so on. After those 3 people, now you become a commander. As a commander, you make $150 on everyone coming in below you. You make $150 on everybody coming in below you forever. Once you become a captain, you make $175. And once you get to the admiral position, you're going to make a $200 override on every single person in your downline. So when you start to do the math on this, it gets pretty exceptional. Now, we have an incredible marketing plan right now, and it's very, very lucrative. But unfortunately, it's only predicated on cycles. So let me give you an example. Let's say that you bring in Joey, and you brought in Joey, and you just came on board, and let's say that you're an admiral, because it only takes 15 people to get there, so in 30 or 45 days, you'll be an admiral. Even if you started today, 30 or 45 days from now, you would find 15 people. People will buy BonVoyage with this marketing plan because of the marketing plan more so than the product after August 1st. So let's assume for a second that you're an admiral, and let's go and compare our current marketing plan with what happens in August. Now, if I went out and I brought in Joey, and Joey went out and brought in 2 people, and they went out and brought in 2 people, and so on and so forth, and pretty soon there were 70 people in that line, and every one of those 70 people brought in 2 people. I now have about 210 people in my downline. Now, under our current marketing plan, if nobody is actually cycled in that scenario, which they haven't, the only money I would have made under our plan now is $100. I would have 210 people in my organization, but I have only made $100. After August 1st, under the new program, under the exact same scenario, if you've made it to the point where you're an admiral, which isn't that big a deal, it's 15 people, you made $42,000. So there's a huge, huge difference here. If you just go down 6 levels in BonVoyage, it's only 700 people. That's not a lot in any networking. That's $145,000 that you've made. And by the way, that's only the money that you made in the admiral position. Doesn't count the money that you made as a captain and the overrides that you're getting at 175. These are different people. Doesn't count the people that you made in the commander. You may have another 800 people in there with that money. As you begin to understand just how lucrative this is, there's not a chance in heck that anybody working this business could not make very serious income. And let me explain to you exactly what I'm talking about. Consider this if you would. If you bring in 3 people, those 3 people are not going to generate an awful lot of money for you. You're only going to make 33% on everything they do, and that only happens when they cycle. But let's say you bring in another 3, and let's say these 3 members, now you're part of the leadership program. So as an ensign, you're getting $100 override. So now you're going to make your $100 when you bring them in, so those first 3 you're going to make $300 on. If they go out and they get their 3, that's another $900. And as you can see, as it goes down, if you never brought in anyone else other than those 3 people in the leadership program, in a perfect world, at the end of a year or 2, those 3 people alone could have made you over $600,000 or almost $1 million. Now, we don't live in a perfect world, so apply whatever numbers you feel comfortable with to that particular scenario. But remember, those are only 3 people that we're talking about. What if you went out and got another 3 people? Now you're making 125 on them, all of their first three and their first three and their first three through infinity. That also adds up. And as you go through the marketing plan at each level, if you're an admiral by the time August rolls around, because what we're going to do is we are going to grandfather in everybody at whatever position you are at when August 1st hits. So if you've cycled 3 times right now, you're going to be then a commander. If you've cycled 5 times, by the time August 1st hits, you're going to go in as an admiral in August 1st. You're going to go in as an admiral in August 1st. So, if you add that all up, ladies and gentlemen, that's a very serious amount of money for the people that take the business seriously. We have a magnificent product. We have an astonishing marketing plan. There's nothing else out there like this or anything that's even close financially. You're not having people having to do auto ship each month. Nobody has to pay. You're not making $20 on every sale. You can make as much as $300 on every sale and $1,100 for every 3 people. So it can be very lucrative for you. If you can dream it, you can make it happen. It's a very easy product to sell. It's a 15 or 20-minute sale totally. So it's not something that's going to take you 2 or 3 hours to convince somebody to purchase. Most people love to take vacations. For those that financially don't have the wherewithal to get involved at $400 and some odd, then we can finance them. If we finance them as they make their payments, we will pay you as we get their payments. Your leadership bonus commission will be coming on their final payment that they make. So the IBO protocol is very simple. When everybody comes into BonVoyage, they're coming in as a member only, or if they're coming in as an IBO, the first sale they make, that goes to their sponsor. First sale they make will always go to their sponsor. So that's BonVoyage Elite, and that's our new marketing plan. It's going to start. We're going to start it either July 29th or 30th or August 1st or August 2nd. So now you've heard it here first. I'm not sure when exactly we're going to start it. So the way you should refer to this to your clients is it's imminent. Could be in a day or 2. You're not sure exactly when, but it's going to be very quickly, probably toward the end of the month. So remember, you're grandfathered in at whatever position that you are at on August 1st. So if you're cycled 5 times, you're an admiral. If you've cycled 4 times, you're going to be a captain and so forth, and receive the commissions for those particular levels. I want to thank everybody for being on the call today. Bon voyage, everyone. We'll talk to you later.